Most people use astrology to understand their personality or to see when will love find them finally. I use it to decide how I train my body. Not just what kind of exercises to do, but how hard to push, when to build capacity, and when to prioritize recovery. Because not everybody responds the same way to the same training. And ignoring that is one of the biggest reasons people get stuck. Hi, I'm Flo, and welcome back to Cosmic Fitness. My channel is about astrology, fitness, and how we can live a better life with less efforts. If you've seen my story video, you know I've gone through injuries, surgery, long recovery phases, and chronic pain. And at some point, I realized standard protocols weren't enough. I needed to understand how my system responds, not the average system, not a generic system. That's when I started applying astrology in a practical way to training. And no, that doesn't mean training based on a daily horoscope. It means using the birth chart as a map of biological and energetic tendencies. Now, why generic training fails many people? Because generic training assumes that everyone recovers the same, everyone progresses the same, everyone tolerates stress the same, everyone adapts at the same speed. But in reality, that's not true, unfortunately. Some people improve quickly, some people slowly, some tolerate volume well, others hit nervous system overload pretty fast. Very often, the birth chart reflects these differences. So, now what I look at in the chart, when I apply astrology to fitness, I don't look at everything. I focus on specific indicators. The first one is, of course, Mars, because it shows the drive and intensity. Mars shows the drive, the training aggression, effort tolerance, push style. So a strong Mars handles intensity really well. A sensitive Mars needs more technical progression. Then I look at the moon because the moon will show me the recovery style and the nervous system. The moon speaks about regulation, recovery, reactivity, sense of safety. So a sensitive moon placement usually will need more recovery, more gradual exposure, and less shock style training. Then I look at the ascendant, the rising sign, because that is the physical response pattern. The ascendant describes how the body tends to respond to physical stress. So, not appearance, but response. Then, of course, I have to look at Saturn because Saturn shows the adaptation speed. Saturn is extremely important. A strong Saturn shows slow but solid adaptation. An active Saturn needs structure, whilst a challenged Saturn requires patience and longer phases. Then I analyze the sixth house. The sixth house shows me the health and load patterns. The sixth house often shows overload patterns, vulnerable areas, habit patterns around health. Another placement I also analyze are the nodes because the nodes will show the growth direction through movement. The lunar nodes often will point to what type of movement grows you and which disciplines transform you long term. Now, how I apply this in practice? The important part is how this becomes practical training decisions. First, I have to choose the intensity level. I don't just assign the same intensity to everyone. If I look at a sensitive chart, I will have to build capacity first. And for Mars dominant charts, intensity will start earlier. Then I choose progression speed. Some people can increase load weekly, others should increase load every 4 to 6 weeks. Both are valid if they are matched correctly. Then we have to choose training discipline. Sometimes the chart will show that pure strength focus is not going to be optimal, but coordination and control strength will. That is one reason I integrated pole dance into my training, for example. Then another smart move is to choose deload timing. Transits plus body signals help decide the deload timing. We don't have to wait for a crash. We have to plan recovery. Now, I have to underline the fact that all this does not replace biomechanics, training science, progressive overload principles. Astrology does not replace science, it individualizes it. My approach combines biology, nervous system awareness, capacity building, astrology as a map, progression as method. Therefore, not motivation, method. If you've ever wondered, why do I recover slower? Why do I get inflamed easily? Why do I plateau quickly? Why is he stronger than me? It may not be weakness. It may just be the wrong strategy. There is no perfect workout. There is only the right workout for the right system, and I will never get tired of repeating this. This is what I build inside Cosmic Fitness: adaptive, structured, and individualized training. If you want to learn how to train your body, not an average one, subscribe, because this channel is about method. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with your buddies. As always, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!